We are learning new details about a deadly stabbing in Holyoke on Friday.
This suspect, Stephen Mayton, faced a judge today. Western Mass News reporter Sarah Granelli is live in Holyoke with the very latest. Sarah?
Right now we are outside of Sam's Food Stores where investigators say 21-year-old Miguel Maruto was stabbed to death. Now right here is a makeshift memorial where you can see people have placed flowers, candles, along with his name signed on the wall. Now the suspect, 20-year-old Stephen Mayton, was in court today charged with murder. According to police reports obtained by Western Mass News, the suspect and the victim knew each other. They were previously cellmates in Ludlow. Investigators say the two got into a fight outside of Sam's Food Store on Friday. That's when the victim was stabbed and then taken to the hospital. He was later pronounced dead at Bay State Medical Center. As for Mayton, investigators say he was found a few blocks away on Hampshire Street and was taken into custody Friday night. According to police, Mayton admitted that he stabbed Maruto. Now, this victim was just 21 years old, and the suspect is expected to be in court in July, and he's being held without bail. In Holyoke, Sarah Granelli, Western Mass News.
A lot of wind out there today, but also quite a bit of sunshine. In fact, this is our current view from our Springfield sky cam on top of Monarch Place. It is gorgeous with that sun just bouncing right off the Connecticut River. We do have some scattered cumulus clouds around, but they're fair weather clouds. No wet weather expected for tonight. The only thing today besides the wind is it was a little cool. Temperatures right now are only at 67. And in fact, as we take a look out into the hill towns, getting into the Berkshires, temps are in the 50s, and they have been a good chunk of the day. Right now, we are seeing a lot of lower to middle 60s. Springfield just dropped, there you go, to 65 degrees. Then you add in the wind, which has been whipping all day long. Right now sustained at about 10 to 20 miles an hour out of the west and northwest. Gusts are still occasionally topping 30 miles an hour in spots, but we will see these gusts gradually get lighter throughout the evening, and then after midnight, wind should actually become light to calm, setting us up for some chilly temps through tomorrow morning. Now, we do have some patchy clouds in place now. No wet weather. That's just a radar disturbance. The cloud cover will give way to clear skies later on tonight, and if you're planning on heading out at any point early tomorrow morning before the sun comes up, we may even see a few upper 30s. Not cold enough for frost, but it is going to get pretty chilly. Now, as you go throughout your morning, expect a ton of sunshine, a quick warm up, temperature similar to today, but we are tracking a little rain for tomorrow night. We'll take a look at details on that in just a few minutes. Back to you.
Jenna, thanks. Now to developing news. As the search for a missing Connecticut mother continues into day 10, 2 arrests have been made in connection with the disappearance of Jennifer Dulos, her estranged husband, and his girlfriend.
Today, a police presence at the 2 properties in Farmington owned by Fotis Dulos. One of them is the mansion the couple once called their home together.
Western Mass News correspondent Jennifer Lee with the latest.
New Canaan police say Fotis Dulos has declined to cooperate with the case so far, but police seized the 51-year-old's cell phone and after a forensic download of the device have a timeline of Fotis's activity the day Jennifer went missing. On May 24th, cell phone data shows Fotis left his mansion on Jefferson Crossing to 80 Mountain Spring Road just after 1:30 p.m. The home is owned by Fotis's company, 4 Group, and was crawling with investigators this past weekend. Police say Fotis stayed there for 2 hours, then made the 2-mile drive back and forth 3 more times until just after 5:30 p.m. Next, around 7 p.m., police say Fotis's cell phone was in the area of Albany Avenue in Hartford. Then around 8 p.m., back at the mansion, police say surveillance videos show a man driving up in a black Ford Raptor, the same pickup truck that was captured on dozens of Hartford city cameras. They say video of the driver in a white shirt and black pants stopping at the mailbox resembles Fotis.
That was Jennifer Lee reporting. Northampton police respond to 4 reports of vehicle break-ins on Sunday. Police tell Western Mass News they happened on Bridge Road and Chestnut Street. Police say victims noticed their cars had been rifled through. Change and an iPod Touch have been reported as stolen so far. All of the vehicles have been left unlocked. Holyoke and State Police arrest 2 men on cocaine, heroin, and ammunition charges after finding drugs and 148 bullets in a sock. This was all part of a drug raid on South Summer Street. The two men were arrested. They are charged and currently one is on probation. The other is expected to appear in court on a separate firearm charge.
Springfield Mayor Dominic Sarno announces the retirement of his Chief Development Officer, Kevin Kennedy. Kennedy was appointed in 2011 to oversee the Office of Planning and Economic Development. He's a lifelong Springfield resident and has spent 34 years working for the city. We wish him well. Negotiations starting at the State House on a final version of the nearly $43 billion state budget. A House Senate Conference Committee expected to begin closed-door talks on Wednesday. There are a number of differences between the current House and Senate budgets. The Senate has proposed new taxes on prescription opioid manufacturers and on sales from vaping products. Neither are in the House plan. The Senate also calling for a one-year freeze on tuition and fees.
Everybody was like, yes, we need this, and now's the time.
Still ahead on Western Mass News, celebrating downtown Springfield, what you need to know about the city's first ever mural festival.
And a permanent traffic pattern change in East Hampton that you need to be aware of.
Most of Tuesday looking dry and breezy, so the pollen count remains quite high, but it does come down midweek as we deal with more wet weather. Let's take a look at the details after the break.
Springfield is getting a fresh coat of paint.
10 murals are going up as part of the city's first ever mural festival. It's a chance to interact with artists and celebrate downtown Springfield.
I mean, really, the communities come together.
Britt Brew is the producer of Fresh Paint Springfield. She says she's seen murals in other cities and thought Western Mass needed something like this.
So I started shopping the idea around to different communities, and the minute I hit Springfield, everybody was like, yes, we need this, and now's the time.
It's a project in the works for over a year. Artists are putting up 10 large murals throughout Springfield all week long.
I am so happy.
Shirley Holmes has lived in Springfield her whole life. Her likeness will be represented on one of these murals.
I think it's a very good thing that they're doing, revitalization, and I think it will help our community very much. It's going to be an amazing thing. To see my likeness on there is an awesome feeling.
Yolanda Lopez's mother lives in one of the buildings getting a mural.
She's the one that's going to be put up on the mural, so I actually decided to help them out and paint and have fun. I'm just happy that we're doing this and everybody's being united and helping one another.
We should have a Western Mass News mural, you know. You can get involved. Fresh Paint Springfield has events going on all week long, including a paint party and a block party. You're welcome to head down and see the murals and meet the artists.